Hello and welcome to the Kenneth Verkaman Law Office Legal Podcast. In this edition, we look at removing the executor of an estate. Now, in most states, let's say the person selected as an executor of a will have numerous legal responsibilities following death of the person who signed the will. Primarily, they have a duty to probate the will, liquidate assets, pay bills and taxes, file all necessary court and tax returns, then distribute the assets to the beneficiaries. If there is no will, someone can petition the court or surrogate in their estate to be appointed as the administrator of the estate. Let's see. Now, in New Jersey, the court and the surrogate do not supervise how an executor or administrator handles the estates. Unfortunately, an executor occasionally fails to carry out their duties. They may fail to file tax returns, fail to keep records, misappropriate funds, or ignore instructions under the will. If you're not satisfied with the handling of the estate, you can retain an attorney to file a complaint in the court to have that executor removed. Now, typically, some of the duties of the executor are to set up a federal tax ID number, set up an estate account at the bank, send a notice of probate to the beneficiaries, file the notice of probate with the surrogate, file the tax return, pay the bills, do inheritance tax returns, file estate tax returns, prepare an informal accounting. Let's say the executor doesn't do their job. Let's say in New Jersey and in most states, a complaint for accounting is filed with the probate part to request an accounting and removal of the current executor and selection of a new person to administer and wrap up the estate. A signed certification by one or more of the beneficiaries is needed. In addition, an order show cause must be prepared by the attorney. The order show cause document is signed by the judge directing the executor often to file an answer to the complaint as well as appear before the court on a specific date and time. Let's see, as with all litigated matters, retaining an attorney is often expensive. Competent elder law and probate attorneys often charge an hourly rate of between $275 and $375 an hour, with a retainer of a minimum $3,000 usually required. Attorneys usually require the retainer be paid up front. Now, in most states, an executor is permitted to receive an executor's commission to compensate them for work performed. Let's see. However, if there's proof the executor has not done their job, or you have evidence that the executor violated their duties, then you can also ask in your complaint that the commissions be reduced or limited. Sale of real estate. Sometimes a house that's part of the estate is not sold. Occasions it's because the executor is actually living in it. If it becomes clear that the person who's living in the house after the testator died, and it becomes clear that they have no intent on moving, and the executor doesn't intend on requiring them to move and sell the house, then that could, or a demand that the house be sold can be included in the complaint order show clause. Let's see. Again, to remove the executor, remove the family member as tenant or compel them to pay rent for the time they use the real property since death without paying rent, compel an appraisal of the home and thereafter sell that house, and possibly require the executor to reimburse the estate for neglect or waste. For representation in complaints to remove an executor of an estate, contact the Law Office of Kenneth Verkaman, 732-572-0500, located at 2053 Woodbridge Avenue, Addison, New Jersey, 08817. On the web at www.njlaws.com. That's njlaws.com. Thank you and good luck.